One of the things that has always sort of driven me nuts in this conversation is that people in the sex addiction world claim that the diagnosis or the label don't get used as ways to avoid responsibility. I want people that are struggling to have that opportunity, but it's also both because the label of sex addiction is often used in court proceedings. I'm going to talk about some of those here in just a minute. And so here's some examples of that. So this is from April last year. This is a general practitioner, a physician in the United Kingdom who had multiple affairs in his surgery. When he got caught, he blamed it on sex addiction, claimed that it was the result of a medical condition. And ultimately, the board that licenses practitioners there saw through it. And they said, no. This is not a medical condition. This is you engaging in behavior incompatible with being a doctor. This, fascinatingly, is a school resource officer in Fond du Lac, Washington County. He got caught engaging in bestiality. He argued that this was because of addiction. Now, he said in court, I've made a lot of mistakes. He says, I know it's still a weird thing to hear and it's illegal. I just don't want you thinking I'm a weirdo. Leading to him engaging in, sexual abusive behavior towards the family's dogs. Also last year, and here's another doctor. What is it with doctors? This is a doctor in Arkansas who was caught on camera exposing himself and allegedly masturbating in front of 3 female staff members that worked for him. And when this went before the board, he again complained that it was because he was a sex addict. Again, this guy loses license for 3 years. But in Brazil, a woman self-identified as a sex addict to her workplace and was given the accommodation that every day she could close her office and masturbate for 30 minutes while watching porn on the work computer. And, a Supreme Court case that I was just involved in, Justice Amy Coney Barrett said, quote, there is an epidemic porn addiction on the internet today. So these labels are still getting used. They're getting used at very high levels, at the highest level. Supreme Court talking about addiction. So the more we can challenge this and identify more accurate, effective information, the more we help people who are struggling, and the more we avoid situations where people are using their behaviors to hurt others, the more we avoid them avoiding responsibility for it.